Okay, so you're gonna have your, let's start with your right foot on. So I take that back. We're gonna start straddled because that's what I already said. Straddling the motor, you want your heel, your ankle bones to be squeezing in, and take a look at your feet. Make sure that you're not collapsing in. You want to still be drawing up from the arches of your feet, but you're squeezing those inner thighs together. And we're just gonna squat down and reach the arms forward, stand back up. Good, now take a look at your knees. Make sure they aren't coming in and touching, and make sure they're not bowing out. You want them just bending straight forward. And so as you go down, you should be able to keep the motor. It's as if it was in between your knee bones, it would stay the same. Good. Good, Sarah. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last one, you're gonna squat and hold. Squeeze those inner thighs towards each other by squeezing the motor with your ankles. Now we're gonna open the arms out to the side, bring the arms back in. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And lower the arms down, stand up tall. Okay, now you're gonna turn out. And then if you can, you're gonna rise up onto the balls of your feet. So you're in this Pilates V. Now, if that's too much in anybody's feet or your ankles, you can keep your heels down. You're gonna do this Charlie Chaplin kind of pose. Otherwise, squeeze the ankles together, squeeze the heels into the motor. Palms are gonna turn to face your body. Squeeze the heels towards each other, squat down, reach forward. Good, and you're going out a little bit at an angle, 45-degree angle with that arm lift. Good. Squat down, lift up. Squat down, lift up. We're gonna do 4 more. 4, 3, 2. And on this one, squatting and holding. Squeeze those heels into the motor. Holding here, open the arms out to the side. Hold, lower the arms down, lift the arms up. Lower the arms down, lift the arms up. Make sure you're pushing evenly through all 5 metatarsals. For 3, for 2. Pause with those arms open. Let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down, stand up tall, bring your feet off, shake it all out. Okay, you're gonna take your left foot, step out, bring your right foot on. Bring your hands in front of you. Equalize the weight in both feet. Try to bring your pelvis to the center. And now squat down, stand up. Squat down, stand up. Squat down. Anytime it's too much in anybody's shoulders, you can go ahead and place the straps back in and still do everything we're doing against gravity. For 3, for 2, squat and hold. Now you're gonna bring your right arm, punch it across your body. Punch whichever foot, the same side as whichever foot is on the motor. Good. And you're not going high at an angle. You're kind of punching across your sternum and rotate the torso. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Keep going. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Come back to center and hold. Palms are facing forward, fingertips towards the ceiling. We're gonna do pulses, pulsing down. So it's exhale as you send your sits bones down, down. Squeeze the glutes, draw the inner thighs towards each other for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up tall. Take that left foot off. Come back. You're gonna do that Charlie Chaplin pose. So feet are flat on the ground. You're trying to squeeze kind of the outside of the inner heel, of the inner, outside of the inner ankle bone. And squat down, hold. Bring your hands forward, find your inner thighs, Try to close those knees, but you push with your hands to keep the knees still. Stick the tailbone out, keep those inner thighs engaged. Arms are gonna come forward. Then you're gonna bend the elbows. Palms are kind of towards the ceiling, fingertips are towards the ceiling, but keep the elbows open wide so you can straighten and bend. Straighten, yeah, so we're getting some tricep work while working those inner thighs. Good. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down, stand up tall, round those shoulders forward and back. Place the straps all the way back in. Your legs are gonna go very wide and turn to parallel. Inhale, send the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward from the pelvis. Getting a stretch for your hamstrings. You can even bring your hands down onto the motor. And you're just gonna go side bend and side bend while you're down. Making sure that SI joint isn't cramping up and stressing out. Then you're gonna squeeze the glutes to bring your hands back up, or bring your hands and your body. Bring your right foot back on the motor. Then your left foot's gonna cross. You're in a curtsy position. So you have your left foot on the right side of your motor. Go ahead and grab your straps. Hands are gonna be in the straps. Okay, your palms are gonna be facing forward, elbows are bent. Now, as you curtsy lunge down, you send your fingertips towards the ceiling, and then you draw your elbows back down. You're keeping this 90-degree angle with your lunge, and you're doing these. Very jazzercise move. Good. Up, back down. So as you squat down, you raise those arms up to make a W. Good. W for 5, 4, and as you squat down, send your butt behind you so that you're not pushing your weight forward. Good. 3, good, Cam. 2, and then you're gonna keep your W. Bring your left foot back onto its proper side, and then send it back to the curtsy. Proper side, then curtsy. Now see if you can keep your torso still, and it's just your leg that's moving. Good, so you're balancing a little bit on the motor, push into that heel. Good, for 3, and curtsy for 2. So you're just crossing 1, and step down onto its proper side. Left foot is on its proper side. You're in this wide squat. Bring your right hand forward. Bring the left knee up to meet the right hand. Again, you can take your foot off and be on solid ground if it's too much. Up. So you want to bring the knee up to meet the hand. If that's too much in the ankle, you can just do the hand. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step down. Bring both feet off. Round the shoulders forward and back. Let's place the left foot on. Right foot's going to be out to the side. Okay, bring the hands forward. Let's just go ahead, squat down, stand up. Squat down, stand up. Squat down, squat down. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and squat and hold. Try to get your weight even. Now let's punch that left arm across the body. Punch across, punch across. Now it's really easy to shift over. See how I just shifted everything over into my right side? Shift it even. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last 1, and hold. Holding here. Lower those arms down. Reach those arms forward now. Straight arms, reach forward. Reach forward. Reach forward. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to keep the arms forward, and we're going to do squats focusing on the down, pulsing down, 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 down. Exhale, squeeze the glutes. Don't go all the way up. We're working the mid and end range for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down. Stand up tall. Let's go ahead. Bring the right leg up and across for your curtsy. Round your shoulders forward and back. Again, remember, you can always bring the foot off. Okay, find your balance and squat down, stand up. Now, we're just starting with the curtsy. Now, when you stand up, bend your elbows behind you. Bend them up. Keep going. It's gonna look like this with your arms. As you squat down, elbows come up. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold down in this curtsy lunge. Bring the elbows in line with your body. Good. Reach both arms forward, bend them back in. Both arms forward, bend them back in. Both arms forward. Good. Reach forward and in. For 3, for 2, last 1, bring the elbows in, hold those shoulders down. Put more weight into the foot that is on the motor. And you uncurtsy, you curtsy. You uncurtsy, you curtsy. You stay low, keeping all the weight in that left leg. Good, Sarah. Good, Navua. Good, Cam. Cam, just try to keep that left knee bent and you can just bring it up. Good. Nice, Patricia. Good, Emily. Last 3. 3, 2, and then that right foot's going to jump out to the side as you pause in your lunge. Bring that left hand forward, right knee up to meet left hand. And up, and up. Remember, you can always come down and down. Or if it's too much, just bring the hand across. Good, good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand down. Let go of your straps. Round the shoulders forward and back. Nicely done. Okay, we're gonna come to kind of kneeling on the motor. And just by kneeling on the motor, I mean kneeling straddling the motor. We just wanna get a little bit more of this side bend stretch. You bring your hands back into the straps. And you can put a button in if you wanna challenge your shoulders. Just listen to your neck. If it starts to crank up into the neck, just drop that weight. So, arm bar still behind me. My knees are on either side. You can try this with your feet in front. And we're gonna start sitting. If that does not work for anybody's knees, bring your feet in front of you. Arms are gonna come out to the side. You're gonna side bend, bringing that left arm towards the ceiling. And we're just gonna bend and straighten the elbow. So, when you bend your elbow, your hand should be going back behind your head. Good. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause with that arm straight. You're just gonna paint 5 circles, 5, making sure that you're getting movement within the arm bone. 3, 2, 1, 5 the other direction, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause when your arm's straight up towards the ceiling. You're gonna lower your arm down, but keep it parallel to your body, and then lift it back up. Now, as you draw that arm down, you're drawing your shoulder blade in towards your spine, and then you're drawing it underneath your armpit. In towards your spine, then back up. 3 more. 3, 2, last 1. And lower your arm down. Now you're gonna take that bottom arm, you're gonna push yourself up, you're back up, and you're engaging your arms. Both arms are working, reaching forward. 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3. So anyone, it gets too much in the neck, you drop your hands underneath the shoulders. 5 circles the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now side bend, bringing that left hand onto the ground. Right arm is up. And you bend your elbows like you're just going behind your head, and then straighten that arm up. Like puffing your bob-ish. I don't know, that kind of works. You're going up, 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 up. So this is working the long head of the tricep, and you want to really make sure you're not jamming into your shoulder. So push that elbow towards the wall away from you. And now on this one, keep the arm straight. Paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms still facing forward. You bring down till your thumb is towards the ceiling, thumbs up, and then you bring the arm up. You lower that arm down, you bring the arm back up. And that hand doesn't go behind the body. It actually stays slightly in front of the body. So you keep the load in the shoulder and you're focusing on your shoulder blade here. For 3, for 2, last 1. Arm's gonna go straight out to the side. You're gonna push yourself up, lower your arms back and in. Round the shoulders forward and back. So keeping that awareness of the shoulders drawing down, letting your triceps work, you're gonna come off of your motor and you're gonna be laying across it, lying across it towards the front so that your back is to the arm bar still. If you had a button in, go ahead and take a button out on both sides. And you're just gonna be laying across your motor. Remember, you're towards the front with as far away as you can be from your arm bar. Then you're gonna reach behind you, grab your strap, and you're gonna straighten, and you're gonna place your foot in the strap. And now, it's around my heel, the bottom of my heel and my arch, so it's kind of wrapped. And all that work you just did with your shoulder, keep it engaged to not just lay on the motor, you're pushing yourself up and squeezing it in. Then you're gonna kick forward and back. That's right, Cam. Sorry about the box in front of you. Good, we're just kicking forward and back. Now, because the weight is behind us, this is gonna utilize a little bit more hip flexors. See if you can get your core involved in this also by pulling that triangle in as you kick forward. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now pause with that leg in line with your body. And you're gonna make sure that you're not flexing so that hip is straight up. It's your top hip should be completely flat. There should be no flexing. And now 5 circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg parallel. You're gonna just bend the knee and straighten the knee. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and keep the leg straight. Great. Kick the leg forward and then let it down and rest. And your legs are on top of each other. So we're using a lot of that hip flexor and a lot of your abductor. Okay, and your leg is straight out in front of you. You're gonna lift it and hold. So you're kind of, the rope can be near your sit bone. You're holding here. Now you're just gonna bend until you make about a 90-degree angle. Then you're gonna clamshell, rotate the knee up, rotate the knee back down. But the important thing is you don't let the tension in the strap change. So you're keeping that slight knee extension, your quads are engaged to keep the strap still. They're holding a plank, and we're just rotating deep within the hip for 3, for 2. Now you're gonna pause when your leg is parallel. Now lift the ankle up, lower it back down. Now the strap will barely move, meaning the tension in the rope will barely move. Good. Up, back down, up, back down for 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Straighten that leg back in line with you. Bend the knee and bring that foot out of the strap. Good. And then we're just gonna turn to face your motor. And you're just gonna do a couple cat-cows here. and really use these cat-cows to activate those inner thighs, glutes, and core, and then let it all relax. Activate inner thighs, glute, core as you round up. Let it all relax. So if your wrists are hurting, you're gonna do this on your elbows. If you can do this on your hands, you're gonna do this on the hands. We're just gonna do a plank with no straps in. You straighten one leg back. Oh, sorry, Emily, I forgot to tell you to grab your pad. Then straighten your other leg back. And now everybody, push your collarbones further through your arms, meaning you're lifting, you're coming into some slight extension of your mid back. Now squeeze your glutes and hold. We're just gonna open the legs and close the legs. If you're on your knees, you can also do this. Open the knees, close the knees. But we're just opening and closing the legs. It's the slowest jumping jack you'll ever do. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And bend one knee in, then the other knee. Stack up tall, round the shoulders forward and back, and let's switch over to our other side. So we're just going to be doing the leg work on the other side. You need to adjust or change anything, now would be the time. So make sure you don't have a button in. You're going to be coming towards the front of your motor. You're laying across. Patricia, if it ever gets to be too much, I think if you come down to your arm, like deeper on the armpit, it will put more weight there. That might feel better, or you can just lie on your side. Okay, once you're in, you're gonna reach back, place your foot through the strap. So remember, it's kind of like around the arch, your ankle bones, and then it's hooked, your heel is pushing through. And you're just really reaching out. And you're gonna lift the leg and lower the leg. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Eat your heart out, Jane Fonda. That's what I think of whenever we do these. Lift and lower. Now you're gonna lift that leg up and hold. Let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, if you ever need that assistance, you can always help by grabbing the rope and pulling into your foot. 1 and hold. Your hip should be straight. Let's just bend the knee and straighten the knee. Bend the knee and straighten the knee. So this is just working straight knee extension, but your hip is also working to stabilize. Good, and check to make sure your knee is pointing straight in front when you bend it. It shouldn't be going towards the ceiling or towards the ground. For 3, heel towards sit bone. For 2, last 1, keep the leg straight. Then you're gonna kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. Straight leg kicks forward, then back, forward, then back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, keep that leg straight and hold. Lower it down to rest. Just for a second. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, lift that leg up. Then you're gonna bend that knee, that top knee, and then we're gonna do clamshell. Rotating, trying to keep that heel still in space. Your ankle bone rotates, but it doesn't lift or lower. Lifts or lowers, it's just the knee that's rotating. The knee. And what rotates the knee is deep in the hip. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause with that knee parallel to the ground. And now you're gonna lift the ankle up. Lower, lift and lower. Now you're not lowering it all the way to the ground, you're just lowering it to parallel. Lift that ankle up, lower it back down, lift up, lower down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. You're gonna kick that leg back behind you, bring that foot out of the strap, and you can just go onto your back right here and you can do yourself a figure 4 stretch, one on each side. You can either be flat or leaning up against your motor. If you're up against the motor, you can also lift up into a bridge. It's just going to change it a little bit, or you're on the ground, you can do that as well. And then when you lower back down, bring the leg to tabletop. Lift up into your bridge. Bring that leg to tabletop. One more. Lift up into your bridge. Yep. Bring the leg to tabletop, and let's switch sides. Get that figure 4. Lift up into your bridge. It sets your hips. And then bring the leg to tabletop. Lift up in your bridge. Bring the leg to tabletop. Last one, lift up into your bridge. Bring the leg to tabletop. Great. Now, let's just lie on our backs on our motor. Let's put both buttons in. Both buttons in. We're going to put our feet in straps. To make things more challenging, bring your dog right by you. Okay, once you have your feet in straps, you're going to have your legs going straight up towards the ceiling. And you're just going to let the weight kind of stretch out those hamstrings a bit. Lift it up. What you're going to do is then you're going to just lower the legs down, then lift them back up. Now, for this, pay attention to your pelvis. You should have your sacrum fully pushing into the mat. But then as soon as that sacrum, you kind of reach the top of that sacrum, a curve starts in your low back. And that's off the mat or off the motor. And you want to keep it off the motor the whole time. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's pause with the legs reaching down. Bend your knees in towards your chest, push your legs straight. Bend your knees in towards your chest, push your legs straight. Good. And now continue to bend the knees in and out of tabletop. But now when you straighten your legs, you're going to open the legs, then close the legs. Bend the knees into tabletop. Push the legs forward. Open, close, bring them back in. Push forward, open, close, bend in, push forward, open, close, bend in. Then we're going to add in a lower and lift. Open, close, lift the legs, lower the legs, bend the legs in, push the legs forward, open, close, lift, lower, bend in, push forward, open, close, lift, lower, bend in, push forward, open, close, lift, lower. Last one, bend in, push forward, open, close, lift, lower. Let's go straight into big leg circles. Push down, separate, circle up and around. Keep going. Good. And then you're going to change direction of your circles. Patricia, try to make sure your low back doesn't flatten out. Good, Navua. Good, Cam. Now everyone pause with your legs at a low 45-degree angle. Sarah, bend your left leg into tabletop. Keep your right leg straight. Everybody else, you have both legs at a 45-degree angle. Now you're just going to lift and lower just your right leg. Try to keep your left leg as still as possible. And if you can challenge yourself a little bit more, lower your left leg down a little lower. Good. Yes, sir. You're just going to keep that leg in tabletop. We're just moving that right leg. And Sarah is the only one keeping her left leg in tabletop. Good. We're going to do 2 more. 1, and then you're going to pause with your legs side by side. Good. Now, when your legs are side by side, you're going to now just open and close just the right leg. Just the right leg opens and closes. Feel how your obliques have to work to keep you on the motor And it may mean your range of motion is smaller. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now everybody bring your legs back together. Sarah, switch what legs in tabletop. Now everybody else lift and lower just the left leg. Or just your opposite leg. You should be on your other side now. Good. Good. And now you just have to really keep that right side as engaged as when it was moving. For 3, for 2, and then the legs are going to be side by side. And now we're going to just open and close just that left leg. Open and close. Open and close. Open, close. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and bend the legs in towards your chest. Let your core rest as you bring your feet out, one strap at a time. And then you can bring the bottoms of your feet to touch and open the chest, open the hips. Good. And then you're going to come up to a kneeling position again. You're straddling the motor. You're going to take out one button. So you should only have one button in on each side. We're kneeling. But you can be up in this high kneeling position, actually, as long as your knees can take it. And if you are, walk your feet back so that they're pushing into the arm bar. So you're up in this high kneeling. You still get to work through your inner thighs, but it keeps the motor from moving too much from underneath you. Again, if this is too much in anybody's knees, kneeling down too much, you can always sit, or you can even sit on the ground in front of your motor, kneeling up. So you always have this option as well, if it's too much to be sitting on the motor. Okay, so you can be up in your high kneeling. Palms are going to be slightly in front of your body. Let's just bend and straighten the elbows. Now, if this one button in, one button out still feels too light, go ahead and put that second button in. Or if it's too heavy, take the button out. We're just bending and straightening. For 5, 4, 3, 2, pause with the elbows bent. Okay, reach the arms forward, bend them back in. We're serving that tray. Now, you don't have to serve your tray super high. You can serve it lower if it's getting too much into the neck, but you really are thinking about this movement is happening from underneath the armpit. So as you push forward, this draws down and underneath, and then as you draw in, it pulls back up, comes down and underneath, pulls back up. Good, 3 more. 3, 2, that looks fantastic, everybody. Last one, keep those arms forward. Turn your palms to face each other. Get ready to draw a bow. Keep your right arm still. Bend your left arm in and rotate to the left and hold. Make sure your ribs are the ones that are rotated. Your hips are facing forward. Now, initiate this movement by first starting the arm to come forward and then finish it with your core pushing your arm the rest of the way. Bend in and rotate. Your shoulder starts to draw down and push forward as you rotate your torso back to center to finish it. These are slow, so you can really make sure your core is working. For 3, good. 2, you can always lower that front arm down. It's heavy. 1, and come back to center and hold. Lower the arms down. Place the straps back into their home position. Let the handles go. Round the shoulders forward and back. Then you're going to inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, look down the nose, round the spine forward, reach your hands down. You're going to tuck your toes. You already have the arm bar behind you to push into. You're going to walk your hands forward till your hips, you're in this kind of short plank. And then you're going to just lift your knees off the ground. Now, you can always drop down to your forearms and resting on your elbows if it's too much, but holding this plank. Now, with all that pushing forward you just did, you really push forward. You can feel that same muscle group working on your left side that was just working to move the straps. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down. Push back into a child's pose, and your chest may even rest on the motor. Then you're going to come back up to your high kneeling position. Before you get there, you're going to pick up your straps with your hands. We got a whole nother side to do. We got so much more to do. So much time. Okay. Squeeze with the inner thighs. Reach the arms forward. And bend the elbows in. Press the arms forward. Now, you've worked that left side a little bit more. So see if you can get it. The same kind of engagement. You know what it takes to push forward from your core. See if you can get that same push forward without the rotation. For 3. For 2. Both arms are going to stay straight. Reach forward. Now, it's going to be the right arm. You bend that right arm in and rotate. Push that right arm forward and then finish it with your core. The right arm comes in as you rotate. Push forward with the core. Bend in. Rotate, push forward. Good. 3 more. 3. 2. Final 1. And bend your elbows in. Lower down. Reach those straps. You're not going to let go of them. You're going to reach those straps back towards their home position. And just stretch out the neck, bending your side, bending towards one side. Bye, Emily. Side bend towards the other. And last part, reach both arms forward. If it's too heavy, you can just let go of the straps. We're going to paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Let go of those straps. And let's just come to a sitting position on your motor. It does not matter. Well, yeah, it does not matter which side because we're going to end up doing both. Okay, so you're just sitting on your sit bones. Sarah, if this is too much, you can always just come down and being anybody, if it's ever too much to be sitting on the motor, you can just come down and kind of recline into it. Okay, let's straighten your left leg straight out in front of you. You're sitting up tall, or whichever leg is closest to the armbar. That's which leg you're going to have up in front of you. Now, you're going to bend your opposite, your outside leg in. Interlace your fingers, lift the collarbones up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to lift and lower the inside leg. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to lift and hold. Woo. Open and close. My quads are feeling it. Open and close. Open and close. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come back to center and hold. Push out of that foot. Keep it lifted. Let's paint 2 circles each direction. 1, 2, and 2 the other direction. 1, 2. Bend your knee, rest it in. Shake the legs out. You can always come down to lying down on your mat, lying down on the mat too. If this is easier, if your hips are just too tight and it's easier to just lie down, just keep the motion small. Okay, whichever arm is closest to the arm bar, you grab that arm bar. And then you're just going to side bend away. So you're creating some traction in your shoulder. Do not force this. You're just getting this nice stretch. It's going to get all through your upper trapezius, down into the shoulder joint, giving some nice traction. And you're just leaning away from the armbar as you've grabbed it with that inside hand. Good. You can even do some rotation of the spine, down, and then up, and then pull yourself all the way up, round your shoulder forward and back. Okay, you're just gonna flip around so that your other side is closest to the arm bar. Well, actually, you don't have to right now. I'm just going to so that we can go straight into that next stretch. So let's just straighten the opposite leg. So now, opposite leg. And you know what? It is going to be the arm bar leg. So I should have said this earlier. So Navu, you didn't have to get your strap. You can put your foot in the strap, creating a little bit more. Navu reminded me of this modification. If it's too much in that quad, you can always place your foot in the strap. Okay, let's just start by lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift and hold. Okay, you're holding that leg up. Let's open and close. Now, you do not have to go as high as you can. As long as you're keeping your torso lifted, your pubic bone towards the ground, if it just means you're hovering, that is fine. For 3, for 2, last one. Now let's do 3 circles each direction. 1, 2, 3. 3 the other direction. 3, 2, 1, and lower that leg down to rest. Great. Shake both legs out, working through those quads, shaking them out. Good, Sarah. And let's go ahead and come to a standing position facing your arm bar. And you're going to squeeze your inter ankle bones. It's actually the bottom of your shin bone. Squeeze them together. Feet are pointing straight forward. You're going to hinge forward, squat down like you're skiing. And now squeeze those ankle bones to get your inner thighs to fire for this squat. And we're holding here. Now see if you can get down a little bit lower and find your straps. And you're just squeezing. And then we're just going to bend those elbows up and in and back while you're holding the skiing position. I've never skied before. I assume it's something like this. Good. Patricia, send your sits bones back behind you more and hinge forward more if you can. Yes, like that. And this is arms are bending. Elbows are bending behind you. Your arms aren't staying straight. Good. Like you're rowing. Good, Sarah. Good, Cam. Good, Navua. For 3. For 2. Pause with those elbows back behind you. You're making that 90-degree angle. Squeeze with those ankle bones. Now straighten the arms behind you. Bend them back in. Straighten those elbows, pulling those straps behind you. Straighten, then bend. Straighten, then bend. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last one, and straighten those arms. Place the straps back into the pegs. You're still in this skiing squat. We're going to do 10 pulses, pulsing up. So squeeze the glutes as you pulse up, up. Inhales, relaxing. Pulse up. And we're going to go into that half. So from the end range to the mid range. So you go down as low as you can, then you come up halfway for 5, 4. Good, Sarah. 3, 2, and stand up tall. Arms are going to come out to the side. You can unstraddle the motor and go wide with the legs. Left arm overhead, right arm in front, side bend. And now push through your heels to get this stretch. Draw your ribs down to bring yourself up to standing. Opposite arm overhead, opposite arm in front, and side bend. Draw everything back down. Round the shoulders forward and back. Fantastic job, everybody. Happy, what day? Monday.